Hey, this is Garrick Vosloo from Fast Track My Health. And today I want to jump in quickly and I just want to help a whole lot of you because a lot of you are just struggling. You're struggling with whatever, fatigue, exhaustion, other health concerns, whatever it may be. And I just really want to jump in and just help you understand what is the real problem. Because a lot of people are going from doctor to doctor. They're trying supplements, they're trying this next diet, they're trying whatever they're hearing on the podcasts, and it's really just becoming a random throw it at this, see what sticks, and it's not working. So, when it comes to understanding the root cause, that is really when we start to get more targeted. So the bottom line is a lot of people are just settling where they're at. They're just saying, well, this is who I've got to be. They have many people that depend on them and they're just not demanding more. And really what you have to be doing is demanding more of your health, demanding more because you depend. There's a lot of people that depend on you and you've got family that depends on you, you've got work colleagues that depend on you. You may have kids or parents that depend on you. And the bottom line, if you're settling and you not actually getting your health right and you're staying fatigued, you're staying exhausted, you're struggling with all these autoimmune conditions or thyroid issues or gut issues or anxiety or depression, whatever it is, it can be very frustrating. And I know a lot of people just settle, they just start to say, well, this is who I am. I'm going to kind of live with it. And I'll try a few things and I'm going to do the hope and pray method. And those aren't strategies. Understandably, people are just at their wits' end when it comes to a lot of these issues. So what I want you to understand is the real problem is not about getting another diagnosis. It's not about another medication, trying some restrictive diets, some new supplement that you've just heard. It's really about fixing your inflammation. When we coach and mentor all the health professionals that we do through our programs, the one thing that we help them understand is it's less about identifying symptoms, grouping it together, and finding a diagnosis. And it's really about understanding what is causing the inflammation. Because if you have fatigue, you're exhausted, you're struggling with these symptoms, you're putting on weight, you're losing your hair, whatever it may be, it always boils down to too much inflammation. And it's not the same as when you sprain your ankle and you've got this really, really painful ankle and it's all swollen and inflamed. Or if you get the flu and you got to lie down for a few hours and you just exhausted and you got your body's full of inflammation. It's really when the inflammation has never settled back to its normal levels. And that's when you're feeling fatigue and exhaustion and all these other symptoms, and you've got gut issues and you're anxious and you're depressed and you're not sleeping properly. Your level of inflammation is not where it should be. It's a little bit higher than it should be. And it's sitting there. And the problem is all your energy is going from your cell to try and fix this inflammation. And that is why it's just sucking all the energy out of you from a day-to-day perspective and why you're feeling exhausted and fatigued. So if you understand that it's the inflammation that's taking all your energy, that is not allowing you to have a normal productive day, a normal productive cell, that is what I want you to understand here. That is the first step, is understand that the real problem is that your inflammation level is just higher than it should be. And if you can resolve and fix the inflammation, all the symptoms, all your fatigue is going to go away, all the exhaustion is going to go away, and all those other symptoms automatically get better. It's really as simple as that. In conventional medicine, we've made it too complicated. And we're trying to throw this patch on medication, and you're trying a therapy, and you're trying a treatment, and you're trying to push down all the symptoms. But conventional medicine does not look at why it's happening. And it's happening because inflammation is just too high. Now, the big problem is that inflammation is there, but you got to find why that inflammation is happening. And when you understand why that inflammation is happening, then you can start to reduce the inflammation. You see, a lot of people will go to a dietitian and they change their diets, and that may help, but 4 out of 5 times it doesn't. They may go to a endocrinologist and they change their hormones, and it may help a small percentage, but most of the time it doesn't, because that is only looking through the lens of that person. The dietitian's only looking at the diet. Endocrinologist is only looking at the hormones. You go to the doctor, they're looking at the diagnosis, they're going to give you medication, only looking through their lens. You go to a sleep coach, you're trying to sleep better, you may sleep better, but your inflammation doesn't actually come back to normal because you're only getting the lens of that specialist. And the key is everybody's inflammation is different, and there's no one thing that causes inflammation. So when you start to understand that inflammation is a little bit more complex, it's usually 4 or 5 things that are causing that inflammation, and everybody's inflammation is different with what respect to what's causing that. And that's why sometimes somebody will go onto a autoimmune paleo diet and they have this miraculous change, but the other 9 out of 10 people didn't. They go into a ketogenic diet, they do the same thing. One person had miraculous change, the other 9 out of 10 didn't. Somebody goes onto an adrenal support supplement, they feel fantastic, the other 9 or 10 didn't. And that's the big challenge. The challenge is to find out why your inflammation is not settling down and how to fix your inflammation. When you can do that, and you can pinpoint why your inflammation is settling, how to settle it, then you're on track. And the key is to use what we call precision tracking. When you can identify what your reasons are for your inflammation being a little bit too high, and you know what to track, then you know if you're on target or not with what you're doing on a daily basis. Is that diet working for me? Is that sleep coaching helping me? Are those supplements helping me? Whatever you're doing through that process, you need to track to see if that inflammation level is tracking. And you need to track the inflammation levels as well. Keep it as simple as that. You see, a lot of people get stuck. They go to specialists, they maybe go to functional medicine practitioners, they do all these expensive labs, they spend thousands, they get a plan, and then they don't know what to do next. And that is very frustrating. So even if you are a little bit more progressive and you're trying different things and you're looking at other ways of doing this, a lot of the time you get stuck because a lot of the time health professionals don't actually know how to coach, educate, and support you through the process to actually get your inflammation down to a level that is going to now relieve you of your fatigue, your exhaustion, all these other health concerns, your achy joints, your brain fog, whatever it may be. It's the same situation. We have to find out how to figure out your inflammation, and then you need to be coached through that process. And that is the way to resolve your inflammation in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of expenses. Otherwise, you're going down one rabbit hole, you're going down the next rabbit hole, and you're trying this, and you don't really know if it's working or not. So I hope that makes sense. I want to jump in here quickly today just to give you a broad overview of exactly what is the real problem. When you start to understand this, and this is what I want to bring into the Fast Track My Health community, is starting to understand your health. When you understand your health, it's so much easier to get to that point of having great health and fast tracking your health. If you're not doing things precisely, if you're not being able to track, if you're not understanding the whole process yourself, not relying on health professionals, you need to start understanding it yourself. Then you're going to start to get results. So if that makes sense, give me a comment below in this post. Reply to, if you're getting this in an email, reply to that in the email either. Whatever way you are receiving these messages, give me a response. Let me know if that makes sense. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So until next time, my name is Garrick Vosloo. This is Fast Track My Health, and just super excited to be here with this community and helping you understand your health in more detail. Until next time, take care. Bye.